Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode on our YouTube channel. Today's episode is talking about um, ways to save money. There are multiple ways you can save money. We're going to go through few of them, and there are many actually. They could make a long list, but just to go through a few of them that you can cut expenses and start saving money. Number one, all-time favorite. You have to do a budget, because if you don't do a budget, what they say is if you don't tell your money where to go, you'll get it, you earn the money, but you don't know what it's doing. So number one of ways of saving money is start by doing a budget. And with doing a budget, you can tell when the paycheck comes in, then you can allocate it to different stuff and tell which one is going to do this, if it's food, if it's what. And then when you come to push and shove to where you want to cut expenses, you have an idea because you're doing a budget. If you don't have a budget, then it's hard for you to really see where the money is being wasted. And so where do I start saving money? The second thing is to say goodbye to debt. I know a lot of people have to survive using debt, but it's hard to build an account or build money when you do have debt. And it's okay to have debt if you have a way of paying it. There are multiple people you can follow and see ways of how they paid their debt, or gurus that help people get out of debt to start saving and living without debt. In some cases, it's not quite accurate to live without debt. Some people have a little bit of debt, but you can actually work to a level of having no debt. You probably have a mortgage and that's it. Car payment, so to speak, or something, but just a few debts that you must have, like that. There are people who work towards going all the way. They pay off everything, and the only debt they have is their mortgages. That's a comfortable way to go, because then you have places that you can save your money now. You know where to do. You can invest your money. You have a lot of money to your disposal because you're not paying off debt. Another way you can cut money is cut down on your grocery budget. We buy a lot of stuff. You go to coffee in the morning, you go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King, you get your coffee, Java, wherever it is that you live, or the coffee shop that's in your neighborhood. Every morning, you're buying a cup of coffee. If a coffee is, let's say, granted, usually from $2 to $5. If you're doing that 5 times a week, that's almost $20 a week, $100 a month, $1,200 a year. So you can start off by making coffee at home, make tea at home, make coffee at home. Same thing. You don't have to buy it. If it tastes good, find out what coffee it is, buy it and make it at home. It's easier to make the coffee at home and save yourself $1,200. If you're going to Starbucks, you're probably using $1,500 a year. How much can $1,500 a year do for you? So another thing is cutting cable, Comcast and all. That takes a lot of money, or subscriptions. Amazon, Netflix, Hulu. There are so many of them that you can do away with. And this is only if you're serious, if you're on a serious road to getting out of debt. Some people want to get out of debt, but they want to have some of the things that make life interesting for them. And that's okay. But if you're serious about getting out of debt, there are things you can cut. Comcast, you can watch regular TV. There's YouTube now. You don't even need Comcast. What happens with them, they lure you by telling you $99 a month, a year. And then, of course, what happens? The year ends and the prices always jump up. That's how they get you. And then you're on automatic pay. You have no clue. And so every year it's going 99. It became 200. You had no idea. You don't check your bill. You have no idea. They keep increasing it and increasing it and increasing it. So one way you can do is get rid of subscriptions, being Hulu, Netflix, cable, many others. Those are the ones that come top of my head. Spotify, gym memberships, that's another one. You pay for a gym, you're not going to the gym ever. You pay every month, you're paying $15 every month. You're never going to the gym, and it's there. Those are subscriptions you can cut off. The weather is becoming nice. Go outside, walk outside, run outside. You can do burpees outside. You can do bench presses outside. There are benches in the park and everywhere. So that's another way you can cut your expenses. If you're an honest person, you go to the gym 3-4 times a week, then you can leave that. But if you're serious about getting out of debt, you cut all those things. The beauty of it all is once you're out of debt, you can reintroduce those things again. Again, there are different gurus that people follow, whatever works for you. I'm a Dave Ramsey fan. I did Dave Ramsey plan. It worked amazing for me. But there are many people. There's Susie Oman. There's so many people. Whoever speaks to you, or you can pick and choose from each and every person and see who speaks to you most. At the time, I was just desperate. I was done and dusted, and Dave Ramsey spoke to me, so I went with Dave Ramsey. Another way to cut expenses is pack lunch. Pack lunch. When you go to work, you can make food at home. Make food at home and then go to work. I remember when I worked in the hospital, breakfast downstairs, let's go swipe your card. The way our name tags had is the same way you could swipe, get breakfast, go back downstairs, swipe, get lunch. And by the end of the month, you had spent $500 on food alone. How many days are you working a week at that point? We were working 3 days a week. So that's an expense you can cut if you're serious about it. If you think you can buy food and still be okay, that's okay. Serious people, I want to get out of debt. I'm done with this lifestyle. I am tired of paying bills after bills. Every month I owe some sort of bill. Then you can cut that out. Make food at home. Organize on Sunday. Organize your food. Cook. Because if you don't cook, that's what gets us into cooking. And then pack your lunches. Pack your breakfast. Actually, if you work, most offices that you work in, there's hot water and tea bags. You can make tea. You can make coffee. That's free of charge. That's not bought. That's in the office, in the break room. So that's another way you can cut expenses. Another way you can do is saving money automatically. When your paycheck comes, automatically you tell them 10% goes to savings without you looking at your paycheck. At the end of the day, whatever the 10% is may look little to you, but go look at that account after a year and see how much has gotten there. So that's another way you can do. 10% automatically send it to your bank account. Some people save in their 401k, same thing. 401k, your employer gives you some money or whatever it is, your pension plan, retirement plan, they put some money for you in your account. So you also can take out 10% of your paycheck and it grows. Time grows money. One day you'll wake up and you're like, it was 1,500 and now it's how much again? So time does grow money. The earlier you start, the better it is for you. But if you're starting now, this is the perfect time for you. So start wherever you are. If you're late, there's no late. What is the time for you is what works for you at the time. You get bonuses at work, tax returns, you're gifted. Somebody gifted you money for your birthday and stuff. The money that you're not expecting, you can always put it in a savings account. It was a bonus at work, you had no clue. Just put it in a savings account. You are not budgeting for that money. It's a gift that came. So put it away in a savings account. Gift of money from people. Save it. And in due time, you'll be a happy person. Energy costs. There's a lot of energy costs that you can save. Most people sleep with gadgets plugged in. That is an energy drainer. So unplug them from the outlets. Cut electricity if you're not in a room and the lights are on, put the lights off. That cuts a lot of expenses. I saw a graph actually. A friend of mine gave me a graph on cooking times. If you cook certain times, it takes more power. So if you cook from 1 to 7, that is the highest time that you're using power. So you should cook anywhere from 7 to 12. Leave the space between 1 and 7 p.m. because that's high energy expenditure. Don't use that time. So if you're able to, sometimes everybody's at home at 5 and they start cooking dinner. Well, you're cooking dinner during high energy use. But if you cook dinner after 7 or weekends, then your energy expenditure is lower. Unplugging gadgets when you go to bed. People leave stuff plugged in. Those are energy buzzers. They zap energy. Just unplug them. Get them out of the wall. If you're not using them, get them out of the wall. That's another way you can save money. Discounts. If you're buying stuff, ask for discounts. They'll give you discounts. If you pay in cash, you usually get discounts. That's another way you can save money. Do everything by yourself. You can do most of the stuff that you pay people to do. There's DIYs now on YouTube where you can Google something, see how you can do it, and do it for yourself. That's saving money. Another way is we talked about library. Most of the books you swipe to buy are in your local library. Go to the local library, make use of it, borrow books from there, and you're able to get it. Okay, staycation. You want to go somewhere? Do you have the money to go somewhere? If you don't have, you can stay at home. There's parks you can go to, local library. If you go to your local library, they're going to give you a book and it's going to tell you places you can go, which most of them are free. So we can do that, go to places where it's free. You're not paying for any services there. And you go out there, spend, have a good time. You didn't spend money. You didn't get on a flight. You didn't pay for hotel. You didn't pay for that. And this is temporary until you're able to pay off stuff. Cutting hair. I remember a friend of mine laughing at me. I was cutting my kids' hair at home instead of the barber shop. At the time, the barber shop was what? I don't know, 25. That was $50 every 2 weeks. So $100 a month per child. That's $200. When you go to end of the year, $2,000. I did it for 2 years. When I was done, they went back to the salon and they don't even remember. They don't even remember that I used to cut their hair at home, but I was serious about getting out of debt. I knew better. I'd been raised better, but out of somewhere I started swiping cards, which we all get into the habit of swiping cards. But now I knew better, and when I decided fully. I was not going to go into the shops. I was not going to buy anything. I was not taking myself to the salon or taking them to the salon. We did our own hairs at home until we were able to get out of debt, and then they went back. Nobody remembers that mommy cut their hair at home. Nobody remembers that. But the bank account remembers, because for every extra we got, we put it towards debt. And the best feeling to have is not having that debt. When you have money to yourself that you can do stuff with. So that's another way you can do it. Another way of saving money. Some people whose jobs are closed, you can walk to work, but that's weather dependent. You can walk to work, and if it's a short distance, if it's long, you don't have a choice. You probably have to get into your car, put gas into your car, and then go to work. But if it's a closed place, some people bike to work and some people walk to work. If it's closed, if it's not closed, that's almost impossible to do. So look and see where you are in your debt-free journey, or working towards being a debt-free person, and see what works for you, what's good, what's not good, what you can make work. Another way that I almost forgot is sell stuff that doesn't bring you joy. If it doesn't bring you joy, you haven't worn it in 2 years, you're not going to wear it. Sell that stuff. Sell it. It will bring you money that you can use then, or that you can save. So if you haven't used it, if you haven't put on a dress for 2 years, sell it. If it doesn't bring you joy, sell it. You don't need it. So you can sell that. That's another way of doing it. Garage sell everything. Eventually it becomes crap and it's just full in your house, stuff that you don't need. So sell it. That's another way to save for money. So sell the stuff that does not bring you joy. Another thing, okay to say no. If you don't have to go somewhere, it's okay to say no. No is a full sentence. You don't have to say no because this and that. People are so used to explaining to themselves. You don't need to explain yourself. Say no. No is a full sentence. I am not going. I cannot afford to go with you here. I don't have the money. I'm on this plan, so I am not going anywhere with you guys. And that's okay. They'll understand. If they don't understand, they're not good friends. You're in a season, you're on a journey to cut expenses, get out of debt. When you're done and out of debt, you will meet them there. They'll be there. You can continue the party from where you left it. But for now, you're on a journey, cutting expenses, clearing debt and stuff. Stick to it. Stick to it. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4 years of struggle. And then after that, guess who has the money? You do. You do, and you have choices. Where can I go? What can I do with my money? You have all these things that you can do with your money. Library is so underrated, by the way. There is a lot of resources in the library. You can get videos in the library. You can get music in the library. Free books in the library. Subscriptions, Audible. How much is that? $16 a month. How much is that a year? About what? 200, so to speak. Go to the library. Most libraries have an app that you can download the audiobooks for free. The only thing you need to be is to be a member of the library. And then you take the app, download it. And I know Hoopla, I know Libby. Download it, you get free books, you can listen to the books. And they have good quality books. Probably the ones you're paying Audible for are the books that are on Libby or Hoopla or whatever your library's app is. Download it on there, listen to the books for free, and you don't have to pay all that expenses. So those are the main basic ones. But the first ultimate goal, write down a budget. If you don't tell your money where to go, it's a done deal. What are you working towards? You don't know what's coming in and you don't know what's going out. So how are you saving? What are you working on? But if the first thing you do before you get the money is write down a budget, then you can even review the budget and see, where am I going wrong? What can I save? What is it I need to do? I really need that coffee that I buy every day, 5 days a week. You probably don't. So you can scrutinize it. I watched a video of a lady. I think she was a teaching assistant. And at the time, they were laughing at her. She had a flip phone. Girl, she knew what she was going to do. She had a flip phone. She was set on her journey. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut my expenses. I don't care what anybody says. They laughed at her. She was a teaching assistant, had the flip phone. Everybody had all the new gadgets and stuff. Guess what that lady did? Her husband, it was such a sad story. Her husband died young. He died quite young, 35 or something. I think he had a stroke or something, so left her. But because they were already on a journey of cutting out debt and stuff, she continued with the journey. And she paid off her house. And then, of course, after the house, then you can get whatever phone it is that you want. But while you're on that journey, do what you have to do. Set a goal. Align with people who are on the same goal as you. It's said, don't listen to somebody who's not a millionaire when you're trying to be a millionaire. Emulate the people you want to be with. If a broke person is advising you and you're trying to save money, you got to weigh who are you going to listen to. Do you want to be like so-and-so who made it and you saw their journey of making it? Or do you want to be like the Joneses? It's a trade-off. What do you want? You choose what you want. But ultimately, the goal is with you. Once you get out of debt, you have money at your disposal and you can buy all this stuff, guys. It is so liberating to be debt-free. So all of us, those are some of the tips I could think of. There are many more. There are so many gurus out there who teach on different styles. Look for somebody who speaks to you. Because you'll find 8 different people. Out of the 8 different, you'll find 2 people. Or you can take this from this one and this from this one and decide what it is that you want to do or who it is you want to follow, or pick and choose from few of them, because all of them may be good. You like this from this one, you like this from this other one. Whatever it is, bring it together. What works for you, put it out there, follow it, and we are going to be living debt-free lives and saving and investing our money. You guys have a great week. So nice to see you. We'll continue from there. Take care. Bye-bye.